thank God we didn't start without being on the record recording.
Of course.
This guy, he's a tech guard sometimes. Today we're working with Andy's setup. It's Jave and Andy from Two Doods Reviews with the one and only Neil Sanderson. You know, sometimes the bass player or the drummer gets left behind when you have the really cute, good-looking front people. How do we get so lucky to be able to hang out with a fellow percussionist? Drums was my first instrument. Andy's as well.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess the other guy, well, Barry's down in Indiana somewhere, so he's like somewhere in the woods. I don't know. I guess I'm around, and I've been in this band for 25 years, so maybe I still get the workload of talk, but I enjoy it.
Yeah,
I enjoy the hang.
Hey, somebody's got to pick the short straw, and this time it was you. Hey, Neil, congratulations. You know, you guys have got something in common with one of the greatest rock bands of all time, the legendary Van Halen, in the fact that you've been very successful with not one, but two lead singers.
Yeah, it's been crazy. I mean, we had no idea that we were even in the realm of anything with Van Halen. We're huge fans, of course. But it was pretty cool to wake up to. I remember just like, I woke up and read like that there was this stat that we shared with them now, which is pretty cool. I mean, you know, it's amazing. You know, we've been doing this for a while, and it's amazing that so many fans have been on this journey with us. And we don't get too wrapped up in like statistics and numbers and stuff, but to have so much support this far down the line is pretty crazy, you know. And to us, we consider it to be a journey, you know, that you don't quite know what's around the next corner, you know, and it's kind of, that's part of the fun. So it's just to us to see that everybody's on this journey with us is pretty awesome after all these years.
Now, it's interesting to me that I mentioned the fact that the commonality is the fact they've been successful with two lead singers,
right?
And the statistician mentions the fact that the other commonality they share with Van Halen is the most #1 singles at rock radio of all time. So congratulations on both those things.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, it's pretty wild. I mean, I think that just sticking to, staying true to yourselves with the songs that you write. I think that's what we've always done. We've always just written like, just about real things that are real to us. And if we can, put that into songs and someone listens to it, it becomes real to them, then that's a pretty cool, powerful connection.
How difficult has it been working with, now that you've got two brothers in the band, Brad and Matt, they have like a bond now, or when the sibling rivalry comes around, do people get like, I don't know, they got to have the brothers bus, and then the rest of the band gets their own bus over here?
No, I mean, I think they fought it out when they were younger, and Matt trains MMA now, so I think Brad is kind of minding his P's and Q's because he doesn't want to get a flurry of punches or something. But no, we're all we're buddies. We respect each other. I think you ask any band that's been around for a while, like you're gonna see the best and the worst of everybody on that bus, and so. And include, if you want to ask for some slack when you're having a bad day or you've had a little bit too much to drink or whatever, then you can't be a dick when someone else is having a hard day, And I think that sounds kind of ridiculous, but it is the key of just giving a guy his space and not because otherwise, butting heads on the road is not fun.
Well, and it's got to be tough when you guys are all so close together. One of the funny things is you just answered one of my questions. Thanks, Jave. But one of the things that I wanted to ask, because when I first heard The Mountain, I thought about what a great song for when you're in the gym and when you're training. And I was going to ask who trains. The video, once I saw the video, I saw MMA, and I teach martial arts, so it really spoke to me. And is Matt the only one that trains?
In martial arts, yeah, totally. Barry's more of a gun owner, so he goes that route, I guess, in self-defense. Target shooting, I mean. No, I mean, Matt actually just got serious about it, and he flies all over the stage when we're playing live. He's a pretty high energy frontman, so I think that helps him a lot. I just, I don't like the notion of being kicked in the head, so I'm just going to stick to the treadmill, treadmill. I can watch a little docu-series or something on my, and not be getting kneed in the face.
Sure, definitely.
I mean, the drummer has nunchucks right there. The only difference between the drumsticks and the nunchucks is there's no.
It's actually more like Kali, stick fighting from Philippines.
Yeah. So, were you guys big fans of My Darkest Day before Matt came to join 3 Days Grace? And initially, was it just going to be kind of a, hey, Adam split like in this weird kind of way? We just need a temporary fill until we figure out what the hell we're going to do next.
Well, I mean, first question. I mean, Matt is Brad, our bass player's younger brother, so we all grew up together, right? We're from the same town. So when we were watching My Darkest Days up and coming and having a #1 U.S. hit and stuff like that.
Porn star dancing.
Felt like it's our little bro. It's our little bro, making it happen. And reciprocally, when 3 Days Grace we were still a basement garage band. Matt was like the kid over in the corner playing with Hot Wheels. You know what I mean? So.
Wow.
We were all that close right from the get-go as teenagers and stuff. Like, I did some co-writing for My Darkest Days back in the day. Matt did some co-writing on the first 3 Days Grace album when he was like 21 years old, So there was always that real connection. So, but as far as when the day came when we made the transition and we just made the decisions and stuff, it all just came like that. Like it was all, it's been 5.5 years, by the way. It came unexpectedly, and we had 30 shows booked with Shinedown that we were going to play. We weren't going to not play it. And I think, Brad, and as Brad tells the story, he was just sitting having sushi with Matt when I texted Brad, like, this just took place. And Brad just kind of said, like, get your chops going, and buddy, are you in? And Matt's just like, yeah, sure. And wow. So that's literally how it went. And then that was right before Christmas, so we just skipped Christmas because we didn't have time, and because we had work to do, and we just Matt, just worked his ass off. And the first show was in front of 8,000 people with Shinedown co-headliner, and just the pyro went off, and it was just like, here we go, boys, But as I said, this whole experience from our end is about a journey, and like it's a different chapter, and it's sometimes exciting not knowing what's around the corner, like such is life.
Hey Neil, let me ask you. There was the big Sam and Dave tour. Is there any chance in hell that one day we will see the Matt and Adam tour?
Oh, I don't know, man. Yeah, you might see an Elvis tour too. I don't know.
It's like the Eagles' hell freezes over, maybe, but yeah. So you guys don't keep in touch at all?
No. I mean, it's been 5.5 years, and we've kind of just been like on this trajectory this way, and so focus on the thing that we wake up and create every day, and anything else is anyone else's prerogative.
It's good. You seem really focused. Again, on the present, which I just read something the other day about, and it was Alan Watts, of all people, made a comment about how everyone is focused on either the past or the future. And for that reason, none of us really live in the present. And it seems like you really are in the present. You are right here, right now, and on that journey and on that path. And what happened in the past is irrelevant. And none of us know what the future holds. Is that pretty true?
Yeah, no, I think you nailed it on the head. I mean, I think to take it one step further, like, I guess things like anxiety and depression have always been there in society. Maybe it's just spoken about openly now more than ever. But, but I read something interesting the other day, just talking about like what it is and what it isn't. And really, like, anxiety is all about like just fretting about the future, being in the future, and depression can be sort of like living in the past of painful situations in the past and stuff. And so it's weird that those two things that are like, the topic of conversation today, that's like epidemic kind of stuff. Everyone's taken everything for anxiety and depression and stuff like that. It's really, I'm asking the question, I'm no psychiatrist, but is that like maybe dwelling on the past and the future more than just kind of like being in the present?
That's super insightful. I mean, no, honestly, I've never really thought it in that context. And it kind of leads into Outsider, right? The new album is Outsider, right? And the song, the title track, or the Outsider, I was just listening to that the other day, and it kind of speaks to a lot of what's going on today, especially in schools with bullying and that sort of stuff. Was that present in your mind when you guys wrote that song?
Yeah. I mean, I think really one of the things we talked about was just modern society. This modern society of just having so many things rapid fire at your consciousness, and so many things are designed to influence you, like influence what you should buy or what you should believe or what you should get behind or what you should revolt against or be offended by, all that kind of stuff. But it's a lot of it's like prefab design to influence you to move in a certain direction. And I think Outsider talks about wanting to take a giant step back from all that sort of chaos and influence and sensory overload, so that you can look at it from a distance and make sense of it instead of having it beating you over the head until you go crazy.
Cool. Hey, Neil, again, congratulations on everything. I wanted to show you kind of our surroundings here. We want to thank the folks over here at the Sierra Gold in Reno, Nevada. We're in the little VIP, like a high rollers room over here, and they got
That's cool.
Wine cellars back. I'm getting a little hungry. Maybe a glass of. Are you a wine drinker at all?
I like it. I like wine, beer, gin, vodka.
Nice. Well.
When are you coming to Reno again?
Yeah.
Soon. It's funny you say, because I was on time. I wasn't late for this session here, but my brother rolled through town. I live in a small town, and he basically texted me like, "Are you up?" We call it a speed pint up here. Are you up for a speed pint? So I went and had I was out and back in like 9 minutes to the little corner pub, and I had a speed pint with my brother.
That's awesome. Hey, can you show us? I see a guitar behind you and the microphone there. Can you show us? Is this your home studio or what?
Yeah. No, I just got a little setup. I can show you. It's the snow stop, but it's a spring snowfall today, which is ridiculous. I've got a little setup here. If you're a tech geek, these are just like a Neve preamp and compressor.
Totally.
Just so that if we're in here like messing around with vocals or just putting down acoustic guitars and stuff, if you have it running through a good vocal chain, then a lot of the stuff that ends up on the record is like the original. If Matt and I are just sitting here messing around with something and he grabs a microphone and lays something down cool, as long as we capture it properly, like there's so much of that ends up on our records, so we try to just like, instead of using the voice memo, if we have an idea, we put it in properly to like Neve outboard gear whenever to make it sound good.
Yeah, I would imagine, Manny. They say it takes a lifetime you can take a lifetime to make your first record, but then you get on this cycle of a new album every 18 months. I could imagine it would be difficult at your level of the game to break the mold and do something that you haven't done. And for whatever reason, we talked to Tyler from Theory of a Dead Man a few months back, and he had talked about, I've done every rock riff out there, and now I wanted to do something different. What do you guys do to kind of break that mold and get out of that funk?
Well, I think, again, making sure we're always documenting everything, because we've also damaged our short-term memory over the years. That's common, just kind of not being afraid to go down the line of something that feels weird. I think is one thing. I'm talking music here still, like just being able to not try not to create boundaries for yourself, and if it's weird, just kind of see it out, because sometimes that turns out to be the coolest stuff.
Well,
and then
I noticed that actually Dave said an album every 18 months, but in reality for you guys, it's really been an album every 3 years. Is that planned?
Not really. I mean, it has kind of a lot to do with like we generally want to go out and tour for 2 years, and it's been like it's a great problem to have, that we have a lot of spots overseas that we can go and do like full on tours, and that's really opened up for us over the last while. Just the one good thing about the internet is just it's broken down the borders for exposure to music. So we'll go to these far places in Siberia, Eastern Russia, and these towns that nobody really speaks English and stuff, and they still know like every single 3 Days Grace lyric.
Yeah, we've heard that.
To try to get out, it's been crazy. It's nuts, and so to get to all those places and tour everywhere, you got to kind of commit 2 years to do that, and then we generally do, I think, we generally do take about a year to create a record from start to finish, from like just jamming it out, writing it on acoustic, messing with it, making demos, rewriting, throwing stuff out, all that kind of stuff. And then go into the studio and nail it down. Takes about a year. So I think that's how the 3-year thing just happens to continue.
Are you ready to go out on a tour that is designed to be as crazy as a Prophets of Rage and Avenged Sevenfold tour?
Yeah, it's still like it's we haven't really played since September, so looking at the schedule now it is a bit daunting. It's like
Yeah,
I'm gonna be there, so like you just put down the beer and like get on the treadmill for a little bit.
right.
It feels more possible, but yeah, you know what the thing is those July shows, those July American festivals, they can be hot, man, and humid, and so yeah, I think you got to prepare your body, or else you're in for a rude awakening.
Wow. Okay, that's cool. I mean, it's interesting when I still talking about training, right? If you play in the mountain and get on the treadmill and you're ready for the summer tour, yeah, really brutal.
So,
Yeah, no,
apologize. You're about ready to show us one of your babies back there. It looks like a Schecter Diamond Series maybe back there. But what were you bringing up?
That's the '79 Gibson Les Paul Special. It's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, like I'm known, like people that look at this, they refer to me as a guitar owner, because I can't like, this is for shredders, and this guitar is for a shredder, and I cannot. I'm more of a hack than a shredder, I guess.
Listen, Neil. Next time you guys are in town, and I don't know if I was able to, because we've had such a long relationship over the last 20 years with the band and playing here in Reno at the Rock Station. And back when you guys were playing just in like the small clubs, I don't know if I ever took you guys over to Bizarre Guitar, Greg Golden's vault downstairs. Does that ring any bells?
You know what? I'd have to ask our guitar player if he knows every guitar shop, every vintage shop out there.
This place, Greg has got a Fender Strat with a serial number of 0000003. I mean, he's got a multi-million-dollar collection of guitars right here in Reno. So next time you guys come through the area, come close to the area, we got to hook up. We can go into a speed pint and go and check out some of the stuff he calls, because it's not just guitars. He's got other stuff there too. You dig it.
Yeah, man, absolutely. And I like collecting old stuff too. I like some of some of it's just to look at and shine up, But I love vintage gear. In fact, I'll show you something right now. That this divulged something here. This pedal is like a huge. It's been a huge part of our sound on all of our records since the get-go. We've used it. Gavin, who produced our first album, and was involved in this album and produced our last album too, kind of got us into the sound, and we've just kept it. This is a Boss Chorus Ensemble, like old. And what we use it for is we use it for this for the chorus, but there's a gain on it, and we put a Wurlitzer. We play a Wurlitzer through this.
Nice.
And an old school analog Wurlitzer through this, and you gain the hell out of it. And in a lot of our chunky riffs and stuff, it gives it this kind of analog Rizzy sound that's like it's been on every one of our records.
That's very cool.
That's cool.
We had a realistic little keyboard that was like a half keyboard from the 70s way back when that Rush used on YYZ. And
right. Yeah. Well, and it's funny, you're showing all these guitars. You play Yamaha drums. Has it always been Yamaha?
Yeah, and it just it started. Just my buddy was the Canadian rep for Yamaha, and I love. They're just the consistency of the Japanese drum engineering is insane. They're always right up there. And but it started because my buddy was working there. Well, now he's moved up the ladder to he's like the international rep for all of artists worldwide. So now when we play Moscow, I come out of the dressing room, I'm like, Sean, what are you doing here, bro? And then we go for speed time.
It's fantastic.
But yeah, he's my bro, and he treats us really well.
Awesome.
Very cool. Neil, congratulations on Outsider, man, and thank you so much. And we've been hanging out here bullshitting for 20 minutes, and I really appreciate you taking some time out of your busy schedule. I hope you have a fun weekend and nothing but pleasurable experiences and safety out on the road. Hope to see you out on the West Coast.
Yeah, listen, look up the Avenged Sevenfold Tour. We're going to be out there. Come out to a show, man. And we'll hang.
We'll give you a shout.
Love to do that.
All right, guys.
All right, we'll see you soon.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
See you, man.